Hi and welcome everyone to another video. My name is Dennis and today I'm going to show you how my free team performed in Gaming 16 and also I'm going to show you my plans and strategies for the future. So let's just jump straight into it. Okay guys, so as you may know, if you watch my content in Gaming 16 or Fantasy Premier League, I activated my free and at the moment this is the result. Obviously there are still some games left to be played. Manchester United are going to play tomorrow. 68 points for me in total at the moment. Now, again, if you ask me, I have really mixed emotions, mixed feelings about the outcome, obviously, of this free. I think that it was a really crazy gaming. And as you can see from the left corner, I put up a graph to see, for you to see how my actual team would have done compared to the free. You can check the stats on FPL Gaming. They have a really nice site there. But again, at the moment, I'm on plus 15 points compared to how my normal team would have performed in Gaming 15. Now, in Gaming 16, sorry, now obviously I would have used some of those 5 free transfers in Gaming 16. So probably again 68 points with Bruno Fernandes left to play against Bournemouth. Again, it is not a success, definitely, this free. And I just want to talk a little bit about how my team perform, obviously, and how really crazy things happen in this gaming. Again, as I said before, I have mixed feelings. Yesterday I was on 50k rank. Right now I'm 200k, something like that. So my rank didn't really change that much. Firstly, I want to talk a little bit about the things that worked on my free. Really happy that I've gone with double Chelsea defense instead of going for double Fulham defense against Burnley. We know that they conceded, so really happy with Sanchez 6-pointer, Chaloba with a great 9-pointer there, and also I've got Palmer from Chelsea who scored, but he came off in 58 minutes. Obviously, I knew that the risk was always a possibility, but I just hope that Palmer could have got a little bit more, 2 minutes maybe, to get the additional 2 points, maybe the clean sheet point, and also maybe some bonus points. But it is what it is. At least he scored. He ended up on 6 points. Not great, not terrible. But when you compare that in my first free draft last week, I have someone like Harry Wilson who got 70 or 18 points, something like that. Yeah, it's just the outcome was really not amazing. Now, another thing that really worked obviously was including Ekitike in this draft. 13 points, he scored 2 goals, maximum bonus points. So again, really happy with the inclusion of Ekitike. Now, and also Saka was my captain. Again, Erling Haaland outscored Saka, so it doesn't really help a lot. But at least he got 11 points. He was my captain, so at least he didn't blank. Let me say it like that. And from all the Arsenal players, probably Bukayo Saka was the only one who got me something. So the real funny thing is that Arsenal, the team who I expected to get the most points from, got me 1 point, Lewis Kelly, and 1 point, Ben White. So it is a really strange situation, and I think that I can't even begin to describe my luck here. Obviously, I picked both of them because Timber and Saliba were doubts for Arsenal, so I was never going to go for Saliba or for Timber on my free, and I just wanted to go for the fullbacks. Now, obviously, when the team sheets were available, we just saw that Timber was playing left back. After that, I think that Timber still played the center back, but still, we expected them to be doubts. We expected Lewis Kelly to start because Calafiori was suspended. White, at least he started. Now that's how it began, but he got an injury. And what to see after that? Lewis Kelly coming on at 30 minutes and 1 second, I think, just enough for him to not get a clean sheet if he was to get a clean sheet, obviously. So the good part about the outcome here is that Arsenal conceded. So at the end of the day, no defender from Arsenal really got me anything. And yeah, talking about other picks, now in hindsight, you could say that maybe I should have gone from other players from Arsenal. Maybe I should have gone from a Hincapie, maybe. But even those players didn't get a lot of points anyway. So that's the good part. And if I wasn't going to go for double Arsenal defense, I would have gone for Eze, who also got 1 pointer. So at least a little bit peace of my mind is that any players from Arsenal, I would have considered all of them pretty much blank. So yeah, it is what it is. But really, really hurts to have double Arsenal defense against Wolverhampton, against the worst team probably in the Premier League, and for them to not get 60 minutes, any of them. Now, yeah, it is what it is. Dango and Thiago, the game is currently playing right now. I'm not expecting too much. I'm not expecting too much at this point. Again, a player like Harry Wilson, as I said before, I considered him. Obviously, he hold Now, in hindsight, obviously, he was a decent pick on a free, but again, I was probably never going to put Harry Wilson instead of Bruno Fernandes, Dango, Saka, Palmer. Now, maybe instead of someone like Palmer, I should have considered more someone like Harry Wilson, or maybe instead of Dango. But again, now obviously, it is a little bit of a knee-jerk because he got 2 assists, he scored a goal, he got his biggest haul of the season. So yeah, Watkins, another disappointment. Now, at least Watkins got an assist, but obviously with the Manchester City players, it is a different situation because as you can see from the screen, I had Foden and Haaland in my normal team. I wanted to go against Manchester City, who are playing, who are having a tough fixture against Crystal Palace, and right now the outcome is obviously horrible. Erling Haaland scored 2 goals, Foden scored, he got DEFCON, so it's not great. As you can see, 11 points for Foden, 13 points for Haaland. Now, for what's worth, someone like Ekitike, who I included in my fleet, matched Haaland, so he got the same amount of points. But obviously, Haaland probably would have been my captain if I was using my normal team, if I didn't bought Bukayo Saka, obviously. And again, as I said before, I recommended to anyone to not go against Erling Haaland on their fleet. Now, it is a shame that I couldn't follow my own advice, and probably now in hindsight, obviously the best idea would have been to just have Erling Haaland instead of Oli Watkins. But again, you never know the outcome. Thiago is looking like he's going to blank also. So yeah, it is what it is. Probably the smart decision for me should have been to just have Erling Haaland on the free. And yeah, with Foden, honestly, I wanted to go against Manchester City. And to be honest with you, Haaland scored the penalty. Uh, to be honest with you, Manchester City didn't have a lot of chances to score against Crystal Palace. I think that Crystal Palace played a really good game, but it is what it is. Safinho goes one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and instead of shooting and scoring, he just gets a penalty for Erling Haaland. So yeah, it is a little bit unlucky there. And after that, I think that Crystal Palace obviously deserve to score against Manchester City, but it is what it is. It's football. We know that. I know that I knew before that the risk was there. I knew before that Erling Haaland can score 2 goals. I knew that Foden can do something against Crystal Palace, but I just wanted to bet against them. It is a shame now at the moment because probably in the future nobody's going to try to go against Erling Haaland, even for the captaincy. A lot of people captain Bukayo Saka. Erling Haaland outscored him. A lot of people in the recent few game weeks captain other players like Bruno Fernandes, and Haaland somehow outscored them against Fulham away, against Crystal Palace away, and he blanked against Sunderland and Leeds. So it is a really interesting what's happening at the moment in FPL. But yeah, Haaland is going to be my captain. This is what I can say for Game Week 17, and it is good that I'm going to have my normal team back. Overall, let's see what Bruno Fernandes is going to get. Tomorrow against Bournemouth at home. Overall, I think that I'm going to have a small green arrow, but it's just pretty much the same. So the freight didn't really help me at all to climb the ranks. Now, obviously, in Game Week 17, I'm going to have 5 free transfers. So let me just show you how my team is going to look like. All right, guys, now moving forward, let me just show you how my team is currently lining up for Game Week 17 of Fantasy Premier League. Now, before talking about my players, what I want to say is that obviously, if you follow me on socials, on Twitter, on X, you know that I made a move last night. So I have 5 free transfers in Game Week 17 because obviously I use my free in Game Week 16. So we have a lot of things to do. Now, my move last night was to sell Munoz to O'Reilly because obviously we know that Munoz is going to be out for a period of time. And last night it was looking like Munoz was dropping in price and O'Reilly was rising. So I just didn't want to take all those drops in price, and considering that I have 5 free transfers, I just gone with the transfer. Now luckily for me, I think that O'Reilly is okay. He got a clean sheet against Crystal Palace away, so he's fit, and I expect him to play against West Ham at home. Now again, looking at how my team is lining up currently, probably this is my starting 11 at the moment. I have 2.7 millions in the bank, something like that, and I have 4 free transfers to use. Now I'm going to say to you clear, I'm not going to use all of my free transfers, but I think that we can do something more. Now, really happy to have O'Reilly, Foden, Haaland. I'm really happy to have back Foden and Haaland into my FPL team after the a little bit of a failing in free hitting Game Week 16. They are going to play against West Ham at home, so a great fixture. Haaland is going to be my captain. Really happy to have him back into my team. Lacroix and Mateta two players from Crystal Palace against Leeds away. I don't think that I have the luxury to sell Lacroix, so he's going to be in my starting 11 for sure. Now, with Mateta, a little bit more interesting thing to say. Again, he played 60 minutes against Manchester City, so he's fit to play. I think that the fixture against Leeds is okay, and I want to give Mateta this gaming to prove himself, to see how the minutes are going to look like. But again, the minutes long term, I think that they are not going to be great, especially with Nketiah being back. So probably Mateta is going to be a sell at some point, but I just think that if he's going to play against Leeds away, I think that he's a decent option. And again, the good positive part is that Glasner said that they're going to make some changes in Europe before playing against Leeds. So if Mateta is going to be rested in Europe, I think that he's going most likely to start against Leeds. So probably I'm just going to keep Mateta if everything is working all right. Now from Arsenal, I have just Raya against Everton away. My second goalkeeper is Dubravka, who's going to play against Bournemouth. So I'm just going to play Raya. Another question for me is obviously if I should use some of my free transfers to buy some Arsenal players. Now, again, talking about someone like Bukayo Saka, he's an interesting option, but I'm just not sure if I want to go there at the moment. I just don't feel really pressured enough to go for Bukayo Saka. I think that my midfield is decent enough at the moment. Talking about adding another Arsenal defender, that could be okay. Now, Everton away is a fine fixture. The problem is from game week 17, Everton, Brighton, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, and Manchester United are not amazing fixtures. Now, again, Arsenal didn't keep a clean sheet against Wolverhampton, which are probably the worst team in the Premier League. That doesn't mean that they are a bad defense. I definitely don't think that. I think that Arsenal are still the best defense in the Premier League, but who am I going to buy? I just don't know if I should go for someone like Timber. We know that he could be rested at some point. Now that Ben White is injured, obviously, that boosts a little bit the appeal for Timber. Hincapie, we don't know when Gabriel is going to be back. Do I want to go for Hincapie for just 3-4 gamings? Maybe not. Do I want to go for Saliba? Arteta said something that they kind of forced him to play against Wolverhampton. So again, and Calafiori, yeah. Again, I'm just not sure if I want to go for an Arsenal defender at the moment. I have Raya, and I feel that it is a little bit sufficient at the moment. My third defender is Virgil van Dijk, who's going to play against Tottenham away. Now, this is not the best fixture, let's be honest, but the thing is, Liverpool have improved a lot in the recent weeks, and I'm not so sure if a lot of people are aware of that. I know that Liverpool are having a terrible season for in a lot of people's minds, but they improved a lot. They kept a clean sheet against Inter Milan. They kept a clean sheet against Brighton. Now they were lucky a little bit to keep a clean sheet against Brighton, to be honest with you. But the game they played better. They played better. Van Dijk, I want to keep him for Wolverhampton at home, for Leeds at home. Then I'm going to think to sell him if that's going to be the case. And if I'm going to have him for gaming 17, probably I'm just going to play him against Tottenham away. It's not like Tottenham are scoring goals for fun or something like that. And my other defenders are Alderete against Brighton away and Rodon against Crystal Palace at home. So again, if I'm going to make, I could make some defensive transfers, to be honest with you, Alderete to sell Alderete or Rodon, but again, if I want to buy an Everton defender, for an example, they're playing against Arsenal in Game Week 17. So the best entry point to buy them would be Game Week 18, a Tarkovsky, maybe a Keane, because the fixtures are really good for Everton. As you can see, Burnley, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Wolves, Aston Villa is not nice, but Leeds in Game Week 23 is okay. Other than that, I bought O'Reilly, really happy with him. Crystal Palace, I have Lacroix, so I don't feel the need to add another defender for Palace. Newcastle, the fixtures are not great. So it's pretty much going for another Arsenal defender, maybe going for a Crystal Palace defender, or yeah, an Everton defender, but I don't really need them for this game. Senesi is going to play against Burnley, but after that the fixtures are just not great for Bournemouth. So yeah, I could go for a Brighton defender, honestly, for someone like Van Heck, but I just don't think that I want to do that. Talking about my midfield, Foden, Bruno Fernandes, Minte, Anderson. Again, it is a nice midfield. I like Minte against Sunderland at home. Bruno Fernandes, Foden obviously are going to be in my team. The fixtures are great for United long term, so they are going to stay in my team. Minte, Sunderland at home in Game Week 17, and then it's Arsenal, and then it's West Ham. So I kind of want to keep Minte for the next few fixtures, and then it's Burnley again in 20. So I feel like I need to keep Minte for the next four game weeks. Now I don't need to play him obviously against Arsenal in game week 18. Anderson is not. He's just a player who I'm just going to rotate most weeks. That's why, as you can see from my bench, I have Njaya. So probably Njaya is going to be a sell, right? So two free transfers from those five are pretty much one is done, and Njaya to Semenyo is going to be done probably. Now this is the most logical thing for me to just buy Semenyo, and in that case, I'm just going to bench Anderson. Now, talking about, I have more money in the bank. I have 1.6 millions in the bank, even if I'm going to do that move. The fixture for Bournemouth is just great against Burnley at home. We saw what Harry Wilson done. So I think that going back for Semenyo for two game weeks maybe before jumping to another midfielder is okay, considering that we have a lot of free transfers. And other than that, if we look at other midfielders, let's say under 8.6, something like that. Rice, I could go for him, but not that exciting. Cunha, I think that if I'm going to go for Cunha, it's going to be after selling Semenyo in game week 19, when he's going to play against Chelsea, to buy Cunha when the fixtures are going to get really good for Man United. So yeah, I don't want to go for Cunha now. Bruno Guimaraes, I don't really like the fixtures. Doku, again, I have three players from City already. Soboslai, he has a little bit of an injury, so we need to see how that's going to go. But again, all the roads pretty much are pointing towards me going for someone like Semenyo. Rogers, the fixtures are just not there. Man United, Arsenal, and Chelsea in the next three. I know that he scored two goals, but yeah, probably not going to go for Rogers. So yeah, pretty much that's it. It is a little bit sad and boring that probably everyone is just going to buy Semenyo at the moment. You don't really have a lot of other options. I can go for Saka, and honestly, I don't even know if I want to get Saka instead of Semenyo for gaming 17. Probably Semenyo is a better pick anyway. So I'm going to make two free transfers, most likely for sure for gaming 17, because Njai obviously is going to go for AFCON. Now after that, I just need to see Haaland, Thiago, really happy with them. Obviously, Thiago, I think that he blanked. I think that the game just ended and he blanked against Leeds, but Wolverhampton, Bournemouth, Tottenham is okay. And other than that, yeah, to sell Mateta, maybe if we're going to have some doubts around him, and I will have 9.3 millions. Now obviously someone like Ekitike, who I was really happy to include him on my fleet, is looking okay, but Isak is still there. Isak is still going to get some minutes. I'm just, again, at the moment I think that Ekitike should start every game for Liverpool. I think that he's one of the best players for Liverpool this season, so I think that he should get the start in pretty much most gamings. But yeah, probably I just want to wait. I don't know. Tottenham away doesn't scream a lot of goals, although Nottingham Forest just beat Tottenham 3-0 or something like that today. But again, if I want to go for Ekitike, maybe I should just wait for game week 18 when they're going to play against Wolverhampton uh, and um, and Leeds. So again, I could go for someone like Isak maybe if I had the money. Other than that, Watkins don't want to go there. Voldemort don't want to go there. Uh, Bowen could be an interesting option, but he's playing against Man City right now, so probably not going to go there. After that, if we look at the fixtures, Fulham, Brighton, Wolverhampton, Nottingham Forest, Spurs, Sunderland. To be honest with you, the run of fixture for Bowen and for West Ham is pretty nice for the Christmas. And with Bowen, we know that he's going to get pretty much most minutes. There are some cases where maybe he's going to be on penalties. So yeah, pretty much that's it if I'm going to sell Mateta. But the ideal case scenario for me would be to just sell Mateta after he's going to play against Leeds in game week 17. And yeah, other things I could do obviously is to just upgrade one of my defenders, Rodon and Alderete. But at the moment, I just don't know which defenders I want to go. Probably an Everton defender. This is my team for game week 18, which is still looking good. Now, Rodon against Sunderland and Alderete against Leeds. They are playing against each other. Minte against Arsenal away. Anderson against Man City. So yeah, the team is not looking amazing, honestly, for game week 18. So if I'm going to make just two free transfers, I'm going to have four to use in this game week, and I could make some changes here. I could upgrade maybe someone like Anderson. I could upgrade maybe or downgrade someone like Lacroix. Maybe probably sell Mateta here. Let's say I'm going to sell Mateta to Bowen. And yeah, really happy with triple Man City. Really happy with Bruno Fernandes, Liverpool. Here I could go for a Liverpool attacker or something like maybe just sell Anderson to Soboslai. And then I'm going to have uh, forfeit transfers, use two, and I'm going to have three free transfers in Game Week 19, which is okay. Now, again, this is just my plans. Thanks a lot for watching this video this long, really appreciated. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like. Please consider subscribing because a lot of people who are watching this video are not actually subscribing. And if you want to help me and get better content on this channel, it really means a lot if you could subscribe. Check also the memberships if you want to support the channel even more. And yeah, I'm going to see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.